Hi, I'm starting recording and I'd like to talk to you from my heart. Cheating on a girlfriend, cheating on a boyfriend, on wife and husband, partner, cheating. Can trust be regained? Perhaps it can be regained. I'm sure that there are techniques and therapists who are dealing with this, but this episode is about the reasons why people cheat. And I'm not going to split it between what women do and what men do because it actually is irrelevant. So I'd like to focus on what prompts cheating and also what to pay attention to in our own behavior in ourselves, which is quite interesting because most of the things that you find in the internet tell you, oh, pay attention if your partner does this or does that or doesn't do this or doesn't do that. And I'm actually saying, no, pay attention to what you are doing and how you are feeling and in what situations you are putting yourself in. Also in this video, I'm going to show you two different patterns that all of these reasons fall into. It's like two categories. And now the question, what gives me the authority? No, what gives me the right? Why am I talking about these things? Well, in 2013, I started my professional coaching career. It lasted 5 years and then I took 2.5 years break. For me, it is very important to mention those things. As a young executive coach in my early 20s, I was meeting many men and women for coffees just to get to know them. And some of these meetings taught me a lot about people's relationships. In short, I was often a material for an affair for a middle-aged candidate for a client. I also did a degree in psychology, which helps me to understand more of theory behind what I've observed in my life. I've been journaling since the age of 12, so that I really have a well-developed insight into my own emotional world and my inner workings. So it's very important for me to understand myself first before I understand somebody else. Let's dive into the reasons for cheating. For many of us, cheating might mean that we are logging out of the system. We are breaking up the relationship even before the relationship officially ends. So we know that by cheating, it's going to be the end. Because this is the end of trust, and trust is the underlying foundation. So if there's no trust, then we don't have foundation. It will all fall apart. But cheating as a way out is very often only a symptomatic reason why we cheat. The actual reason is that we want to avoid difficult conversations. Those conversations could be conversations about feelings, that we might not feel a love towards our partner anymore, or boyfriend or girlfriend. We might not feel in love anymore. It's something different from loving someone. Being in love is more of a dating thing, boyfriend, girlfriend, but over time it becomes love. And still, what can happen is lack of sexual attraction or feeling of boredom in the bedroom and even wanted to explore more, not even with the same partner perhaps. These are the conversations that not only would challenge the relationship with our partner, but also will challenge us. If the cheating is the immature way of getting out of the situation, where we don't want to talk about those things, then the mature way of dealing with difficult conversations is actually to have them. Maybe there is sexual incompatibility. Maybe sex is boring. Maybe there's no sexual attraction anymore. But it's not as scary as we say it as it is in our head. Maybe our boyfriend, girlfriend, partner would welcome experimentation. Maybe it's a matter of choice or even another person joining and having a threesome. This is something for you to discuss. It's something for you to establish what's possible and how to rescue the relationship. But starting a conversation is very helpful when we want to rescue the relationship. And sometimes we just don't. We just want to walk away. And instead of saying to the person that, thank you for all the experience, thank you for all the good moments, I'm going to keep those in my memory, but I think we have to part ways. Instead of saying that, we might decide to cheat. And that's the immature way. Reason number 2. We feel emotionally disconnected. We feel like we don't love anymore. We feel like we cannot open up and have that mutual connection with the partner. In which situations cheating is there to seek connection and intimacy with somebody else, perhaps with someone that we connected at the level that we cannot connect with our partner. Reason number 3, we might cheat because we are afraid that our partner, our girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, will cheat on us first, and we don't want to be rejected. We don't want to be the ones that somebody cheats on and be left hurt. So we are actually the ones that go and cheat on our partner before they do that to us. Because we see, for example, that my girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband develops this relationship, emotional connection with somebody else, and we can sense that something is coming, and then we freak out and we do this stupid thing. We cheat. Very intense stress that we can put ourselves into at work, because I'm the one who's choosing to be there. I'm the one who's earning the money in that conditions. What I also say yes to is what comes with this job. And if this is traveling and being far away from home for longer times, then I know I'm putting myself in the situations where I might feel lonely, when I might seek connection with somebody else just to cope, when it will be stressful. And then cheating might be basically an impulse-driven behavior, response to very intense emotions that I might fail to cope with in any other way other than seeking someone's presence, connection, love, affection, or something looks like that. Cheating might be an impulse-driven behavior also when we are under the influence of substances like alcohol and drugs. And ice creams. Did you hear that? Reason number 5. We might decide to cheat on our partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, whatever, to prove ourselves, our value, to prove that we can still have that ability to be attractive to others, to have orgasm, to give orgasm. We want to prove ourselves and feel good about ourselves. And if we don't have that in our relationship for whatever reason, then we can try to outsource it. We can find it somewhere else. A good feeling place, a person who makes us feel good about ourselves. Number 6 behind cheating: exploration and self-discovery. Many people, especially in their early 20s, if they get married at that time or they have their life partner since teenage times, it might mean to them that they might not have enough experiences to understand what they like, what they don't like, where their boundaries are. And also they keep changing, and sometimes the pace of the change is not in alignment with the pace of change of their partners. So the partners can literally stagnate from their point of view. And they want to explore. They want to find out, maybe I want to have an open relationship. I've never tried that. I think I would like that. It's not about me because I want to be with one person for whole life, but I'm old school. Reason number 7 behind cheating is actually to keep the relationship, to preserve the relationship. This is particularly true to the relationships with children, relationships that started early on in their life, so early 20s or even late teens. Those couples that are still together, they might not be happy, but they're still together, and they don't consider any divorce whatsoever. Also, they might try already, whatever there is, to make things work. The therapist, the self-development, making things right and trying to communicate. They might not be able to find any solution. And then the solution becomes cheating, when she or he or they will cheat to keep the relationship from falling apart. They will be outsourcing sexual pleasure and satisfaction somewhere else, and they will be coming, perhaps guilty, home and try to cope with life as it goes, hoping that one day they will accept the situation like this. And once we have a look at these reasons behind cheating, it does not mean that we are justified in cheating. It means that these are the reasons that we might use as the examples, the reasons, the motives. Why did they do that? Why I think about doing it? It's worth looking into our own reasons behind the urges to cheat on our partners. There is a pattern behind these reasons. Those reasons fall into 2 groups. One is basically communicating. The cheating is communicating that something is there to be addressed, that something we need to talk about. If this is our sexual compatibility, if this is our choice in life, if this is lack of attraction for whatever reason, if this is what we're looking for outside of the relationship, we have to address, we have to disclose those things and work together to make things work, to not to lead to cheating. The immature way of dealing with that, it's keeping secrecy and feeling withdrawn and feeling like I cannot connect to my partner, I cannot talk to my partner. She will not understand what I want to say. By avoiding those conversations, we only do a disservice to ourselves in our relationship. So that's a category number 1. It's communication problem. Category number 2, it's all about this impulse-driven situations. It is us creating those situations. If we organize coffees with attractive potential partners that could be, in some reality, become our lovers, we're just introducing this unnecessary tension that we will experience when we meet those people. Question would be, why would we even put ourselves in the situation that we will be tempted? Why are we going out for this coffee, for this meeting with a new person, trying to make friendship? But I'm talking about looking for a younger, attractive male and female that we would like to connect in that special way and be inspired and feel appreciated and loved. Creating situations like that, it's inviting us to be impulse-driven. It's like getting drunk or taking drugs surrounded by attractive people that are into open relationships while being married or having a boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, what good can come out of that if you get drunk or take drugs, play hard, have fun, and then you wake up the next day next to somebody you don't even know the name of? So putting ourselves in those situations, high pressure at work and attractive colleagues, and going out together and having trainings together abroad, having vacations on our own, going to some health resorts on our own, leaving the partner and then hoping things will go well, we will connect with somebody else. And if we feel like we miss the other person, we miss intimacy in our relationship, we will be seeking that somewhere else, even subconsciously. Why would we even leave the house knowing that we are not all right together? Before you go for a trip, before you go for the training, just make sure you are in a healthy, good place and your relationship will be preserved. If you believe it's worth preserving, if you want to make things work, I'm talking to the people who actually want to keep their relationships, and not only to keep them, but also to thrive in them. And here are the examples, the signs, behaviors that you can look for within yourself if you're doing those things, because this might be like an early alarming system for you, that there's something to be addressed. Notice if you feel withdrawn, closed off, emotionally disconnected from your partner. Notice if you feel that, if you behave this way, especially when you go out and meet other people and you feel happy and jolly and everything is fine, and then you meet your partner, you come back home if you live together, and then you feel like grumpy and you snappy and you lippy and it's just awful. Notice if you have that, because it definitely means that there's a communication issue, there's something that both of you have to address. Another sign is you are uncomfortable to share full information with your partner, with your girlfriend, boyfriend about certain things. You create that secrecy. You're meeting someone maybe for a coffee and so on. You already might feel guilt because of that, because you know you're building emotional connection with someone who you might feel attracted to, and you might want to just keep it away from your partner, not to disclose it. But what are you waiting for? Those things will stack up. Those things are out there. And if you won't stop it, they will continue. They will continue to grow. Tension will continue to grow. Attraction will continue to grow. And your sense of separation from your partner will grow as well. Another sign. Notice if you are more sexually apathetic towards or less interested and excited about your partner, girlfriend, boyfriend. And here is a very important note for the ladies especially, and those people who menstruate. Your hormones change, especially in your 40s, 50s, when you hit menopause. This is when you can experience the sense of disconnection and less interest in sex. Also, that fluctuates throughout the lifetime. And you need to keep adjusting and recalibrating your relationships. That's why talking to your partner and having that intimacy to express your worries, concerns, and actually talk about hormones, talk about aging together and changing together. It's paramount. And here's another sign to pay attention to. Notice if you focus on your own internal world and feeling unhappy or miserable or anxious and stressed and overwhelmed, and it's all about you and being entangled in your own internal world while ignoring how your partner feels, how they would feel if you would seek outside of your relationship the emotional support and love or sexual satisfaction.